Alright, back to pontoon boat restoration. I've done a few videos on this, and I've shown you some different techniques as far as that I've learned on the way. And what I'm going to show you right now with this particular seat is what I've been using as far as I know I've said I've used like pretty much like trash bags, like lawn and leaf bags, and I've cut them up. I've already prepared the ones I have right here to show you how I'm going to put it on, apply it to here. And I've also got another one that's already wrapped and done, which I will show you that when I get done with this part right here. I'm going to show you that the layer that I'm putting on right now. This is where your waterproof protection comes involved. And when you have a good plastic covering over your pontoon boat seat as it sits out there in your yard and it's there for years, this plastic don't deteriorate. It'll be good because it'll be wrapped with the vinyl wrap that's over top of it. But you've got to have a good layer underneath it that's going to keep it waterproof, because this spongy stuff, this is the stuff you don't want to get water in it. Once you get water in there, you've got mold and fungus and all that stuff that accumulates up under here, and nobody wants to sit on that stuff. So the one thing you have to do when you take your pontoon boat seats off and you remove all the material, make sure that you don't have no kind of fungus buildup or mold or anything. Black mold can get up in these things. You've got to treat that, and I've already done that with these particular seats. I know you see a little bit of off coloring right down here. Is just a little bit. That's just a little bit of dirt. I haven't washed the base of it down yet, but I've already done the cushions and everything, so they're actually pretty good. One of the things I use, like I said, I've already cut the trash bags up into layers that's going to fit on top of here. So this is what I do right now. This front layer, just go ahead and this is actually adhesive for upholstery, and it's supposed to spray a little bit better than this. It's just got a little bit of buildup on it. Okay, there we go. Spray a little bit on there, because you want that plastic bag to stick to it so it doesn't move. Get the sides and all that good stuff. This is a spray adhesive for upholstery. And check the cans, because some of them are a little different. Some of them are going to have some of them are not waterproof or water resistant. You want to get the ones that's waterproof and water resistant. That's 100% right there. You want that. And now this black trash bag that I got, like I say, I've already cut it up. And what you want to do is you want to get it up under that little rib right there and get some of that stuff up under there. Because once this stuff dries, it's going to be kind of stuck to it. So you want a little bit of, as you sit on it, this cushion's going to come in and out. So you want a little bit of material up inside there. Now, like I say, I'm not a professional at doing this stuff. I'm just learning as I go. But I'm following a little bit of what, when I took them apart, these are things I noticed. And also, wrap it around, do all that good stuff. Just make it look pretty. And when you put the back side of it on, because these big couches, you've literally got to cut up 2 trash bags in order to make it fit. So what you want to do is just throw another little layer on there. like I said, this is pretty much just to hold it together while you're getting everything on. You don't want it to move around. Make it look good, you know. Or make it look the best you can, that's all I'm saying. Like I say, this is backyard pontoon boat restoration. So we are not professionals, and if on my videos, if a professional tells you something different, listen to them. You know, I'm telling you a way to do it, and yes, this stuff works. It's gonna last for years. But this is, you know, like I say, this isn't like a crazy, professional, pontoon boat restoration. This is backyard. This is something that you're gonna do. And I'm hoping, I've got a couple of the boats I've already done. They've lasted for a while, and I've never had a problem. They still look brand new. So I'm probably doing something right. Anyway, all right. Once you get done with that right there, you're pretty much good. Now the next thing is wrapping it in vinyl, and I'm gonna bring. All right. Well, back to it again. I've shown you how to put the plastic on there, and as you can see how it's kind of wrapped up, and I've shown like what you got to do. You still got to trim it a little bit, and then use some more glue to get this stuff to stick around it. But on both sides, you really don't want a little bit extra hanging off right here. Isn't going to be that bad. It's not going to really mess anything up. But both sides are trimmed up, so is the back, and it'll be trimmed up a little bit more. The next thing I did was I cut the material. Okay, now if you'll notice this material on both sides, you have a side that's going to go against here and a side that's going to be on the outside. Just pay attention to what side's going to be on the outside. You want that smoother side to be on the outside. And like I say, this is marine vinyl also. So what I've been doing, you put it over the seat and you bring it down, and what you'll notice is that on this plastic, where the staple lines originally were, where the original manufacturer did it, you can, if you want to pull them up, pull every staple up, that's fine. And I missed a couple here, but I pulled a lot of them out. Granted, because there's like 20,000 staples in here, so it's kind of difficult to pull out, the amount of staples that's actually in it. But anyway, I went ahead and got most of them out. So, because you want to kind of go on the same staple lines as what you had originally, and also something you probably want to buy is a nice electric stapler. And they're cheap too. I think I spent like 30 bucks on this thing, and it's actually, I've never had an electric stapler before, but I'm gonna tell you what, man, that is a dream, especially doing this stuff here. Also, make sure you got the same amount on each side. You want it to be level. And your first staples that you're going to put in, I put them in the center and then get all the way out on your edge. And I'm going to tell you why here in a second. Get all the way out on your edge. I've got some staples that I need to pull in. Take your time when you're removing all the old staples. I think I was a little bit quick on the draw on this particular chair. I mean, it's like 100 degrees right now and like 100% humidity. So I've missed a couple of them. So here I go with removing them. And make sure you get all your old staples out from underneath. Out from underneath here. Because if you don't, and there's an old staple that's back behind there and you go staple, it's going to cut your material. And that's something you don't want. Especially if it's an old staple. Okay. Now that we've got the front part of this seat done, I'm gonna show you. I worked a little bit. I started to go work this side, but then I remembered you basically got to do the back. The back is your next one. So about one staple on each side, because you're gonna end up pulling it a little bit. So best thing to do. Best thing to do is get rid of these staples. I thought about it and I'm like, well, because once you start pulling on it, it's going to change the way this seat is, and then you'll get a wrinkle like if you leave staples in there. So this one right here, now you're going to want to tug on it just a little bit. And once again, find where your staple line was. This one right here. So I'm going to go down below it just a little bit. And you want to tug on it just a little bit. Don't tug on it too much, but just a little bit. Drop a staple in right there. Come over to this end, tug on it, and just pay attention to what you're doing so that you don't see any wrinkles on the front side. But you want that same, the same amount of tension. Like I say, and watch your staple line too. As I said before, make sure you get out of all your old staples. Especially the ones that are sticking out. Okay. Follow your staple line. You can go above it. On the back part, it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to tell you why. Because the back part of it's going to be sitting against the rails of your boat. So nobody's really going to see it. You know, sitting against the rails of your boat. So nobody's really going to see it.